Hello, everybody. RMJ Movie Reviews again, back with my first movie review in a long time. Like I said the last time, I was going to be reviewing Captain America: The Winter The Winter Soldier. All I can say is this is a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed Captain America: The Winter Soldier a lot. I was never really a big fan of the character of Captain America. I mean, I always thought he looked cool, and I saw him on a couple episodes of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends when I was a little kid. But he wasn't exactly like my friend. I just thought he was cool looking, And I'm not exactly a big fan of the two previous films. Well, we'll just say the one previous film. We're not even going to count that one they made back in 1990. But the first film, to me, I kind of felt was... To me, in my eyes, I'm not knocking anybody else's opinion. I thought I just didn't really enjoy it that much. I kind of thought the action was it was okay. It was kind of trying to be like those old kind of period piece soldier movies, which is cool, I didn't really enjoy it, but on to this new one. This one, it's just so much fun from top to bottom. This is really kind of more. The first one was kind of more, like I said, a period kind of World War. I think they're World War One. I think if I remember right, kind of soldiery kind of movie. This is more if you took Captain America and put him in a Jason Bourne movie. That's what this is. So basically, this is a Bourne film done by Marvel, starring Captain America. That's essentially what this is, and there's a big conspiracy plot. And one of the cool things is that even though the style of this film is very more kind of, espionage, James Bond, Jason Bourne kind of thing, it still is not its own separate film. Like, you look at Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3, yes, it makes references to the other movies, but it's very much its own Shane Black movie starring Iron Man. This is a different style than the first Captain America, but it still has ties to the first film that I'm not going to give away, but it very much is a sequel. It's not a sequel in name only in its own film. It is a continuation of the previous film. I think what I liked most about this is that kind of the story was done in a kind of... I'm not going to give you the whole plot synopsis. I mean, I've kind of forgotten a little bit of it. I got to go see the movie again to maybe more connect things. Because when you see films the first time, sometimes there's so much going on that sometimes you miss things. But either way, this is more of kind of an on-the-run type of movie. The first one was kind of more like, Captain America had time to go back to the house, chill, think about what Red Skull was going to do and all of that, and they could plan and then they can attack. But this one is kind of more like dangers around every corner, spur of the moment, we got to get going here. Other thing that I really liked about this film, and it was evident in the previews, is that the action is not all CGI oriented. It is very much, there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat in this thing, which I like. There's a lot of very, just kind of, and blocks and all that kind of stuff, and just rough and raw fighting. There's a lot of that in here. The cast is, everybody's top notch. I really like that they put Robert Redford in this, because the fact that Robert Redford is in this, I mean, he really, even though this is a comic book movie, he plays it, he looks like he's having fun, but he plays the material very, I don't want to say very seriously, like it's all the President's Men or something, but he gives the material that same respect. And everybody's on their A game. Chris Evans, he's doing Captain America to the T. He's grown into the character. He's very good. Scarlett Johansson, I mean, what's not to love about her? She's just fine. She could just pop out on the screen and just not say a word, and she's just fine. I love Scarlett Johansson. I'm a new fan. Samuel L. Jackson, as usual, delivers. Anthony Mackie, he's always been a capable actor, capable performer. He steps up to the plate, delivers. The movie's long. I think it was 2 hours. But there's definitely some things in there that I felt they probably could have taken out and it wasn't needed. But Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and I've heard a lot of reviews on the internet where they say it's the best Marvel movie. I have not seen Thor 2, The Dark World. I missed that one. because I like the first Thor. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Even though it was kind of modeled after Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren in terms of the story. But either way, I like the first one. I'm not a big fan of the character of Thor either, so I didn't catch that second one yet. So when they had the surprise ending on this one, it might have been something from that movie that I missed. But I got to go rent Thor 2 and check it out. But this was just a fun movie, man. I just thoroughly enjoyed myself. And one of the cool things I like about this, too, is aside that there was a lot of practical action, a lot of practical fist fights. Of course, there's still the CGI. It's a Marvel movie. They just have to compensate. You know, there's just some things they just can't do. But I like the fact also that this movie was a little bit darker. You know what I mean? It's definitely, I think it's a lot more violent than the other one. So this one kind of almost touches a little bit of Tim Burton first Batman territory. It's not that dark, but in terms of the violence, it kind of gets into that area a little bit. But as I was saying, back to my other point, a lot of people have been saying this is the best Marvel movie. Like I said, I haven't seen Thor 2, but I'll say that out of the Marvel movies that I've seen all of them except for Thor 2. I think it's the best Marvel movie. Some people might not like my next comment, but I think it's better than the Avengers. And I like the Avengers a lot. You know, I like this movie better than the Avengers. I think it's the fact that there was a lot of practical, brutal action, and then they had the special effects stuff. I think that's what made it better. Let's see. What other points here can I make? I'm a Clevelander, so, I could see the shots where they had Tower City and where they shot in front of the Justice Center downtown, and then some other scenes where they shot on, I can't remember what freeway that is that goes past Lake Erie, but they shot over there too, so it was kind of cool to see that stuff in there. Movie is fun, man. I just really liked it. That's the point I wanted to make. The thing that I like about this is, and I'm not knocking any Marvel movies because I'm a big, I grew up with the superheroes, Spider-Man and Amazing Friends and the Incredible Hulk cartoon from the 80s was just my stuff when I was a kid. And I like that X-Men pilot that never grew into a show called, I think it was called Pride of the X-Men. I can't remember. Somebody can correct me. But I thought that was a pretty good pilot had it gotten picked up. But the action in this was actually exciting. Like, I remember we can all remember when we went to the movies, those who were old enough to have seen Terminator 2, either be teenagers or little kids when that movie came out. That movie was so exciting to me. And Terminator 2 is still an exciting action picture. The action in this movie was exciting. Like when Captain America was doing his fist fights and, Jason Bourne style fighting, I was like, yeah, like I was getting pumped. And as much as, Thor was a good movie and the Avengers was a good movie and the first Captain America, although I didn't enjoy it, I didn't think it was a bad movie. The action in those films, I didn't think it was exciting. I mean, yeah, in the Avengers, it was fun, like when the Incredible Hulk was killing people and stuff. That was kind of fun. But, and even in the Iron Man movies, the action just isn't, they're good movies, but it's not exciting. It's not that kind of old school action where, like, when they start fighting, you want to start jumping out your seat. When you leave the movie theater, you feel like you can just go into combat with the security guard and slam them on the floor. Those they weren't exciting like that. But I felt Captain America: The Winter Soldier was exciting like that. So I really just enjoyed this movie, man. I think it's the best Marvel movie, hands down. Only slight tiny gripe complaint that I could have is there's a lot of setups and payoffs in this movie, and it kind of got into Mission Impossible 2 territory. You guys remember the horrible Mission Impossible 2 with the very good stunts at the end of the movie. I remember through that whole movie, Tom Cruise, the only trick he had was he just kept pulling off his mask, the fake mask, every 5 minutes. They used that trick like 20 times in Mission Impossible 2. And I remember I had saw that movie with an old girlfriend in high school. And I remember even when we first saw that movie, she groaned like, oh, they're doing the mask thing again. Captain America Winter Soldier, there's a couple bits in here where it kind of gets into that territory like, again, you're doing that trick again, you're body slamming this person like that again. So it kind of a tad gets a little tedious, just a slight negative thing. And then my one more little tiny gripe is they gotta stop the shaky cam. They just the shaky cam isn't real bad. It isn't as bad as anything like the movie The Condemned with Steve Austin or Alex Cross, which I saw some clips from Alex Cross on the internet. It's just awful shaky cam. It's not that bad, but I just wish this is a style of shooting action that for some reason it's not going away. I wish directors would stop using it in their action, because there's some really cool fist fights in this movie, and it's just sit the camera there and just let them do their thing. But I know some of it too is they're trying to hide the fact that it's stuntmen, it's not always actors. So I really honestly wish they just stop using it. You know, let's go back to the Indiana Jones and the way they shot action in the 70s and the 80s and even the early. We watch a movie like Face Off, man. That action is crazy, and the camera just sits there. So, minor complaint. And the surprise ending on this one, I'm not going to talk about. I have no idea what the surprise ending to this means at all. But all I know is there's more cool stuff to come from the Marvel Universe. So, Captain America 2 is just a bomb. I'd give it a very high 9.5 out of 10, man. That movie was awesome, man. I loved it. I loved it. A pointless thing too is that I actually went out to be an extra when they were shooting here in Cleveland, and I didn't get picked up. I went out for Avengers, didn't get picked up, and I went out for Draft Day with Kevin Costner, didn't get picked up. So that's my sad story, guys. All right, back with another movie review. I don't know what the next movie review is going to be. It's going to be a surprise. You guys take it easy. Please subscribe to my channel. Let's talk about movies and just have a good old time, man. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Go see Captain America.